Written coming to you live from Rise Hong Kong. Proud and thanks to our proud partners Invest Hong Kong and Start Me Up HK. Sorry, got a bit stumbled there. And we're here with Steve from iFly Flat. How are you doing today?
Yeah, really good.
And what brings you to Hong Kong?
Yeah, so I was born in Hong Kong, so I just wanted to come back and check out what the startup scene like is. Because I'm quite involved in the Sydney startup scene, but the Hong Kong scene is just rad, right?
It's just next level. Yeah, we spent a day with some pretty cool people yesterday, and they're just like hustling
and they're working on all these cool startups, new ideas. The one I saw yesterday was talking about voice technology and detecting emotions and pitch and voice. Therefore, if you're talking to a bot and you get angry, the bot knows you're getting angry and then gives you the right response. Because otherwise, it would just make it even more angry if it follows by script, right?
Wow,
so I think that's something cool you don't see in Sydney yet.
Yeah, that's pretty smart AI, picking up on different aggressions over text, right?
Yeah. Voice.
Voice.
Audio.
Wow, so that's even next level.
Yeah.
Wow, so let's get straight into it. So give us a bit of a background on you and what's iFly Flat.
Sure. Steve Huey, CEO of iFly Flat. So I started iFly Flat about 6 years ago. And what we do is we help companies fly business class for less than half price. And we use reward points. So like everyone's got frequent flyer points, credit cards and things like that. But the things that most people don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
What we do is that we optimize that whole thing. And the whole end-to-end means that if you have a business, you've got bills to pay. Bills is any type of bills, like not just travel bills. Whether you're buying coffee, you're paying for SaaS products, contractors, anything you pay, you can pay with a credit card, right credit card, get the right points, use those points to fly.
Okay.
So then that means that, like me, I try to showcase that you can fly first in business class for way less than half price.
So you flew here in business class?
For sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And are you disclose the price for us? Like.
Yeah. So
how much did that cost you in points?
45,000 Cathay Asia miles.
Yeah.
And I think only about $400 in taxes.
Okay.
So that's business class.
Yeah.
And on the way back, I'm flying Singapore Airlines first class.
Jesus.
And that was only $98 in taxes.
Wow. Lee, we got to get onto that.
Right. And it's one of those things where it's like a use it or lose it. So everyone's paying bills, but if you pay a bill and you don't collect the points for it, you don't get those points back. They're gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I've got 32,000 something Emirates points or something. So
that can get you places.
Yeah. It's a little bit, but I'm getting there.
But I think also like the reason why I came here because obviously because I could, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't very expensive to fly here, and it wasn't economy. It's fly business, and what I want to do is help more other small business owners get benefit.
Yeah.
So like coming here, meeting so many cool ideas. It just gives us a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
And I want more guys to come to Rise or any other conference around the world and don't have to think about the cost of airfare. Yeah. Get yourself here, just load up your brain.
Yeah. So is yours platform based or is it solely like you work with that company one-to-one?
Yeah, one-to-one. So it's like a consulting, like a professional advice basis. So we normally work with small and medium-sized companies, normally with the CEO or the CFO directly.
Okay.
And then we help them build the right model for their business and book the flights.
Okay.
You know how some people they've got points and you can't find the flight you want? So we know how to. We'll find it, we'll book it, get you on your way.
You're almost like a travel agent as well.
That's right, yeah.
Cool. Business class travel agent. Flying in luxury.
For less than half price.
For less than half price. So, what inspired you to start this journey? Like before the whole, everything?
What inspired me, it's something that I just think is really good value. So, like where else can you get anything for half price or less? Like you can't buy a Ferrari for less than half price. So business class flights is an expensive item. And airlines charge an expensive price because it can. So typically business class is about 4 times the price of economy. So after I flew, because I was working in India for a while, and I collected all these frequent flyer points, I didn't know what to do with them at that point, but then I figured out I could get myself a business class flight for free. Like I didn't do anything, all I did was just take a couple of business trips.
Yeah.
And then I realized that these bucket of points are quite valuable. And then I also realized that other people had no idea. So I was traveling with colleagues, they couldn't even bother with collecting their points.
Yeah.
So they missed out on their flight. So I really just started because I figured out this is a damn good idea. It's really valuable because people hate flying economy. If they can't help it.
If they travel a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you can earn the points by doing nothing, like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair point,
It
right?
literally was a no-brainer.
Yeah, no brainer. And take us back further in terms of your journey before this, and what did you do before?
Okay. I guess that's actually really relevant because I was an accountant. So CPA qualified, did accounting and finance at Macquarie Bank, and just numbers, right? Really comfortable with numbers, spreadsheets, budgeting models, and I think this is an extension of that. Because this is no different to financial planning,
Yeah.
If you want to retire with a big house and a couple of cars, that's how much it's going to cost you. So you've got to work backwards and see what type of investments you're going to make to have that money.
Yeah.
And I think using points is the same thing. So how many points does it take to fly to Hong Kong? Well, then how am I going to get those points, and how am I going to earn them?
Yeah.
And that's exactly the same. I took that thinking, and I guess being good at numbers means that, well, that's a good and bad thing, right? Being good at numbers means I know how to do this stuff, but it doesn't mean you're good at marketing, because telling people numbers, they're just like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah. Cool. And so is this your first time back in Hong Kong since
No.
you left?
I come here about 3 or 4 times a year because it's cheap.
Yeah. And what do you love about Hong Kong?
Oh, food. Food and drinks. I reckon the bar scene and the restaurant scene are amazing. And then you catch up with a few friends, and also a short place to go elsewhere. So I'm going to Beijing after the RISE conference. It's only 3.5 hours away.
Yep.
So just to see the region a bit.
Yeah.
But also just because people just tend to have more energy here.
Yeah.
And I like to get that energy to vibe, take that back home, and get excited.
Yeah, cool. And is there any sort of insight that you've gotten out of the Hong Kong ecosystem? Like, what's your thoughts on the startup ecosystem here?
It's much more global. So there's people from Israel, people from China, of course, people from Helsinki. They all come here, whereas they may not make it all the way to Sydney or Australia, because it's sort of like the end of the earth. It's a beautiful place in the world, but it's a long way to go. So Hong Kong, you see way more international people, and then people just working on different things.
Yeah. So leading on from that question, so Australia is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So then why do people choose Hong Kong? Is it for the like the business, or is it for the lifestyle? Like, what's the key thing that people choose Hong Kong, do you reckon?
I guess if people choose Hong Kong to live, it's mainly for lifestyle and tax reasons.
Okay.
Low tax, high income, and a deeper financial market. So apart from where we're here, if you go speak to someone in the street, they either working in finance, there's only a couple of industries in Hong Kong, really.
So it's the finance capital of the world.
Yeah. So that's why everyone here. But people visit Hong Kong to
Experience.
meet everyone else.
Yeah.
So there's so many cool. If you think of this venue, we're just on level 3, and there's like 2 other massive conferences on downstairs.
Yeah. So lots of stuff happening all the time. So it's a lot of value.
Yeah, it's worthwhile. I think people should always go by Hong Kong, stop by a couple of days, get out there, meet some people.
Cool. And just to finish off, any key takeaways that you would advise for people sort of coming into the Hong Kong ecosystem, how they could get connected? What's the best way?
Just go to heaps of different networking events.
Yep.
I find people in Hong Kong really happy to chat. What do you do? They talk about themselves, they talk about you. So it's really easy to make friends.
Yep.
And those friends and those networks become valuable, because next time you come, you catch up with them, and then they'll introduce you to their networks. So I find Hong Kong really socially positive.
Yeah.
Where I think it's also in Sydney, but people don't go out as often in Sydney. So you can go out every single night in Hong Kong and meet loads of people.
Yeah. Is that why everyone gets up late?
Yeah, that's right. Because no one goes home before 2 a.m.
Oh, right. So is that why everyone gets up past 10?
That's right. You still got to sleep, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for joining us, Steve.
Yeah, cool, man. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you. And make sure you keep watching for more, coming to you live at facebook.com/Beach City Live. And thanks to our partners, Invest HK and Start Me Up Hong Kong. See you for the next live.
Thank you.
Shaka out.
Bye-bye.
See ya.